same on the carpet to simulate kind of the deep cleaning that it requires to kind of clean all that up. So I'll click start for both. Seems like this one is cleaning all well. They kind of had a collision, but so far this one is the path from here all the way onto here. As you can see, the path that it did go on basically cleaned everything in its path. So I'm going to test out this one to see how this is effective against the mess in front of it. It is not bad, but as you can see, the kind of coverage area is quite smaller than the coverage area over here with the other vacuum. It comes back around. So yeah, it was about like maybe 70% of the width of the other vacuum. So even though it did seem like it has the as good of a suction and cleaning as the kind of Shark vacuum, the width is not as big, so it's going to take more kind of back and forth and more time to clean your whole house. So now we're going to run the same test on a carpet to simulate the deep cleaning. As you can see, I'm going to run this one by itself first so they don't crash into each other, and we'll see the results. As you can see, it didn't get all of it. It got some of it. As you can see, it got some of the powder. Probably like 60–70% of the powder. It didn't get all of it, so the suction is not as great on the carpet. Now I'll test out the Shark vacuum. It's going all the way around. As you can see, that is the part that went through the chips. So as you can see, I kind of put the vacuum on here because it was going in another direction. So it kind of rotated and went this way and that way. So as you can see, this whole thing that it was on basically got everything. And I can feel it. There is no powder whatsoever. So it got a super deep clean. And the path that kind of did go on here and went here. There's no chips whatsoever. There's a little bit of chips on the side, but I think that is outside of its range. So what it didn't manage to suck up, it sucked up perfectly. The area that it covered perfectly. So the point in terms of that kind of deep cleaning and kind of versatility, I definitely will give it to the Shark. Now we will test the Shark. Oh yeah, try to go in, but I knew it was going down, so it did not go. Again, as you can see, decides to go that way instead, so very good. And a lot of the robots also, they claim to have kind of sensors that can detect the walls even before they bump into the walls. So I'm going to be testing out that too. I'm going to place the robots right into the corner and see if they can avoid both corners and come out from the other side. The Shark should do better because it does have kind of AI navigation where it has cameras right in here to kind of see through, where this one does not. So we'll see how this does. Oh yeah, it is avoiding. It avoided the walls, it's going around the walls, very nice. Barely even touched that door, it did not even touch the door. All right, I would call that a big success. Now I'll do the same test on this vacuum. No. Yeah, this vacuum is not as intelligent as you would expect because it doesn't have the cameras on top to detect the walls around. So this one doesn't really pass the test, but it's still like a traditional robo vacuum. It has a bump in the front, so it can still sense things pretty easily. I'll go over the differences and similarities between the two kind of features. It has the kind of on and also the dock button. Same with the Shark. It has a clean and a dock button on top. This is where you pull up, you view the dustbin right here. As you can see, you can click on out. This is where the dustbin is. You can kind of pull the air filter to really wash it and clean it real quick. As opposed to the Shark, the cleaner, the dustbin is back here. You pull this out. You pull from here, and as you can see, this is the air filter, this is where the dust collects, and you see the kind of capacity. This is, the Shark maybe has like 40% extra capacity, so it's gonna last you a bit longer before you have to change it out. You can also replace or kind of wash the air filter down here. As you wonder what is down here, you kind of click this down, come in here, and this is actually the water bin, because you can fill this with water and kind of mop your floor as well. It is a 2-in-1 vacuum and mop, so that is pretty convenient, and the Shark does not have any mopping feature. But down here, as you can see, this is where you kind of suck in and intake all the dust and debris. And as you can see, it is just a hole going into it. It's nothing fancy. Whereas with the Shark, it has a whole roller, kind of 2-in-1 bristle technologies that's gonna detangle hair and also get a better kind of deep cleaning, as we saw on the carpet. This cleans the carpet a lot better than this vacuum because of the kind of bristle right here. Not to mention, as you can see, this is the effective range of suction, whereas, this is the effective range of suction, basically double the surface area. So you're going to get a lot more cleaning and a lot less time with this. They have the both kind of same wheel technology. They have the LiDAR. This charges at the back here. This charges at the front here. Last but not least, we have the dock. This dock is for the Purper vacuum. This dock is for the Shark vacuum. This one has an intake right here. This is obviously just the dock to charge. Nothing really fancy. This has an intake where it can kind of automatically empty out all the dust inside the vacuum right here into the bin. And where that goes basically is right in here. As you can see, it is a little bit filled up with being emptied. You click on up here, it comes out here, and you can click on this button to empty it all in an instant. It's got multiple dust bins as well down here. As you can see, this one comes right off. You can replace this. Don't have to replace it too often though. Lastly, you got a cover right here. Pull it out. You can take this other air filter here. You can very easily wash this. So I'm gonna give both of them pretty easy tests to see how well the capability is by clicking on the dock button on each vacuum to see how well they go back to the dock. Spins around, locates the dock, gets ready. And because the battery, the charger is on the back, it is rotating and kind of backing up. And also the suction here, because this needs to line up with the hole at the back to really suck all the dust, automatically it's backing up slowly to really get it in correctly. And there you go. Every time it docks, it will automatically suck up all the dust. So you don't really have to hit a button or do anything. It will just do it by itself. So now I'll do the same thing for this vacuum. I'm gonna hit the dock button to see where it goes. Spins around, maybe I'll get out of its way. So it does take its time slowly to position itself correctly. And there you go, that was pretty good. I was honestly surprised. I didn't expect the smaller one to work as well as the kind of bigger one. But in terms of the extra kind of amenities that you get with the Shark vacuum, I do think that is overall the better vacuum. It has a better deep cleaning, it has better suction. But in terms of if you want a kind of budget option, this is still a very good option. It doesn't have all the amenities that you would need, but that is at a cost, and you're saving a lot of money with going with this value.